What's good, Fire Gang? Your chief fire starters, LaTeisha and Dr. Barbz, are here with Catch This Fire.
All right, everybody, we are back for another episode of Catch This Fire. Today we are talking about what nobody talks about, and that is when you are done healing, do you miss the old you? Because sometimes I do.
Sometimes I do
She was
too.
something. She was something, huh?
Baby.
And so sometimes we miss the old us before we got better, before we healed, before we addressed those traumas and the things that we needed to address. And not because the old me was unhealthy to a degree, not because um, I'm wiser, but because my old me was a little bit more free and in a way that I quite can't access anymore, if you
Yes,
know what I mean.
I do. I can
Didn't
relate.
know better, so she couldn't do anything, but she was the girl that would just kind of go for it in certain ways that, I don't entertain anymore.
Yep,
But sometimes I miss her. Do you miss
I
the old
do. I
Letitia?
do. I do. I do.
Yes.
There are some aspects about her that I most definitely miss. I appreciate who I am now, but I was
Mhm.
her. Do you hear me? Like, baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can relate.
So, growth has a price, y'all, and sometimes that price is grieving who you used to be, even when you'd never go back to being that person, because you have grown, you have evolved, you have healed. But there's just certain aspects about that old you that you're just like, man, she was something.
She was something.
Seriously. And so this is actually a thing where psychologists actually call this self-grieving, mourning your previous version of yourself during major life transitions. It is a valid grieving process where um, the person you used to be kind of it's gone.
Yes.
Oh, and some common triggers that can happen would be like career changes, relationship changes, personal growth, healing from trauma, sobriety, you know, and even though you're on the other side of that healing journey, sometimes you just look back and you're just thinking to yourself, man, that girl was fun.
Yep.
That girl was wild. That
She
girl was
kicked it.
free.
Yep.
Um, and so sometimes I miss the old me. Um, and then there's like this part where it's like nostalgia, right? It's kind of like when you reminisce about your high school days and you're like, I remember when I was in high school. One of the things that I tell my kids all the time, because now that I'm older, I'm like, high school and early college years are the best years of your life. Do you ever tell people that?
No, because they learned from me.
Letitia, what?
I was literally trying to live. Like I had to worry about how I was going to live, eat, basic necessities while I'm trying to go to school. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And shout out to everybody, all the people who helped me along my journey, because Lord knows, had I not had some of those individuals, some of those families, some of those friends, where I would be at right now.
yeah.
But no, not for me. It's supposed
No.
to be though. It's supposed to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did have fun. I
Yeah,
did enjoy aspects of it. But
yeah.
and then at the same time, early college, I went to college later in life. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? So I was not a traditional student. I was one of the oldest individuals in my cohort both
mhm,
times. You know what I
mhm.
mean? So
You said
but I
cohort.
do know what
So,
you're
yeah,
saying.
you were
I do
old.
know what you're saying. If I could, and that's one of the things as a parent that I want for my own children. I want it for one is older, but the next one, right? Like
Yeah,
definitely want him to have those experiences for high school and college. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I relate. You know my
Yes.
story. So you already
What I'm saying, you know, that's I'm like, oh
Yeah. Yes, you already know.
yes.
I mean, TMI, I was at Letitia's house, one time, like, I don't have nowhere else to go. She took you know what I mean? So, like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It's been, I mean, I remember them
Yeah.
talking about when the term came about, like couch surfing. 'Cause they'd be like, "Are you
Okay.
homeless?" You're like, "No, I'm not homeless." They'd
Yeah.
be like, "Well, like, couch surfing is homeless." And I was like, "Dang, like,
Yeah.
really? Like, that's
Yeah.
what that actually means?" Like, I thought
Mhm.
it if I had somewhere to whether it was my
Yeah.
actual home or not, like, I didn't consider myself being that. But,
Yeah.
yes, it was in my high school years
Yeah.
that I learned, like, no,
Yeah.
mm,
Okay,
don't really
but
have
yeah, okay. So
yeah.
yeah, so I had a lot of challenges in high school. We don't need to talk about them here.
No, this
But
isn't a segment for
right,
that.
that's not what we're doing today. But when I think back to high school and just the the experiences that I had learning who I was, I wish that I had better experiences and been able to do a little more like activities and things that were more enriching and more
Me
appropriate for
too.
my age.
Me too.
Um, and I wish that I had been able to go to college right out of school, and but it just didn't work out that way for me as well. And I was also a person who went back to college at a later time. But I don't when I think back to when I was in my teens and 20s, I'm like, "Girl, I do miss her sometimes." And I don't know why, now that I'm thinking about it. Well, she was a mess.
Man.
She was a whole mess.
A hot
Um,
mess. Do you hear me? Yes,
yes, yes,
absolutely. Absolutely. But
but
I
I
think
miss
that it's
her.
still like you said, I remember things like, getting a speeding ticket, right?
Mhm.
And just going on about my life like it was just gonna go away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I got more of them or this one particular ticket. Like, I think, no, matter of fact, I had plenty of them. I mean, it was to the point where at times my license were suspended because I would get tickets. I had a little Grand Am, so I'm rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I was even getting tickets. I've even gotten speeding tickets in someone else's car. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so then it snowballed and escalated to where my license are suspended. So then I gotta go and pay all the money and do this and do that. I mean, there was literally one time where two incidences related to speeding and tickets at me at a young age,
Uh-huh.
oblivious, didn't even trip off of it, right? One time it was I got like where you don't have to worry about it going on your record or whatever, but I had to do
Mhm.
community service. I didn't do the community service. I was working full time.
Okay.
I'm in my early 20s. I was working full time. I couldn't do community service. What? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever, not even realizing the magnitude. Baby, I
Yeah.
went back to that court. That judge was like, "Have you done any of your errors?" I said, "Nope." He was like, "Take her back. Take her back.
LaTeisha,
I
what?
promise you." My son was with me, my little cousin was with me, so
Uh-huh.
she was driving age, thank God. You know what I'm saying? It was a mess. I was like, almost missed work. It was a mess. He finally let me go. So that was one incident. The other one was before that. You would have thought I learned my lesson. The other one was before that. I was literally pregnant, like big, like seven,
Uh-huh.
8 months or something. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Got pulled over for speeding, had a
Mhm.
warrant. He took me right on to jail.
Tisha.
That's what I'm saying. So that part about her, I do not miss because she definitely has some irresponsibleness to her. You feel
Yeah.
me? At the
Yeah.
same time, it really, I don't know if it was because again, my age or whatever, and it was like, you don't have as many, what is it, inhibitions or whatever, or
Mhm.
you know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I was able to bounce back really quick. But that first one was like, okay, it wasn't really a big deal because my child's father, he just came and got me immediately. As soon as I called when he was like, "I'm taking you to jail." I called him immediately. He was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it still took a minute. I was still back there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
slow and all that kind of stuff. What have you? You would have thought I would have learned my lesson from then. No, I'm just lollygagging along still, playing with the
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah.
After that, no more.
Oh my
That
god.
was it. Those 2 experiences were enough, but again, I was young. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, "Oh my gosh," I'm all upset and crying and stuff. So, I say all of that to say that that part of about my past person, I do not miss. I do not miss, thinking that, how you young, you think you're invincible. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't miss that part about, like, not being as responsible as I should had, and those are just small examples of how me being irresponsible led to something much bigger, right?
Yeah.
However, it's a lot of stuff that she did, that was like, that I mean, I think the confidence level was different. Even though I felt like I was more confident, I wasn't really sure about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I miss like her, her drive, and she was just like, okay, I'm ready for anything, and mind you, this was the how I was probably in my I don't even remember, but remind you, is I would meet somebody and we would be vibing, have chemistry, and from that day forward, it's like we're locked in, we're
Yeah.
gonna get married, and we're together, and
Yeah.
all of that. You know what
Tisha,
I'm
you have
saying?
said this in another episode, and now I think we need to address this. No. Red flag your ass. Oh, my flag is gone. Hold on.
You gotta put it on the tip where the little tip. Look, you gotta put it on this
Okay,
end.
I know, I know. Hold on. Here it comes. There it is.
There you go. There it is. There it is. Most definitely. See, like me right now, her today, she wouldn't
Yeah,
do nothing like that today.
yeah,
She wouldn't do it. Now I
yeah,
do have fun. I do enjoy myself, right? But
yeah.
she wouldn't do that today
No,
at all.
listen, like, that's okay. So think about, like, toxic love, right? When you are younger, especially no, let me not say that, but when you are younger and you're still learning and growing, toxic love
It feels
is
like love.
it does feel like love, and it's
Or you
wild and it's
think it is.
crazy.
You think it is.
You think
You
it
think it
is.
is.
It does feel like it though. I mean, it triggers all of the same emotions and brain chemicals and all the things. So you feel that intensity, right? And it's probably some of the most wild experiences that you have
Yep.
because you're still growing and learning, but there's those highs, the passion, the intensity, the like all of that. And then as you get older and you learn better and
Yes.
you heal some of those things that need to be healed, you don't put up with that shit no more.
No.
And so that craziness that you got to experience when you were younger, like it's just I don't know, like it was fun.
It was
Girl, it was
fun.
fun. It was fun.
It was for sure fun. I mean, I can tell you about some stuff, and it was fun. Remember, I know you seen that meme where it was talking about me as a teenager in the back of some random dude's car drinking a
Oh,
40
yeah.
ounce, going to some party in the
Jesus.
middle of nowhere, and you
Yes.
just back there just kicking it and
Just
whatever.
having a good old time.
Just
Yes.
having a good old time. Now,
Yes.
you couldn't pay me to do anything like that. There's a lot of times in my adult life where I wouldn't go unless I was driving myself. Like, even if it was a group of us,
Mm,
I'm like, "No, that's okay, I'll drive." You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
different. It's totally different. I do
Yeah.
miss it. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The things that we put up with in the past, you know, before you really learned your self-worth and your power and who you truly are as a person. Um, while I'm grateful for who I've become, sometimes I do look back. I'm just like, girl, you was being very ratchet
You
and
was
you was
being
doing
very
yes.
that's when you look in the mirror like, you not know like, telling yourself like,
No,
"Girl, what we doing
what was you
here?"
what was you thinking? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
But then
yes.
I also what I had to learn is because I used to like, again, as like you said, as you get older and you start to heal some of those things,
Yeah,
healing is a journey, just like life is, right? It's not like you heal and then you're done forever, right? I feel like even now I'm still healing from other things that I felt like I was already healed from, right? And I guess that's just how life brings things about or circle back around sometime. So I had to realize as I'm healing myself, as I'm dealing with things, as I'm going to the next level with different healing, that I still need to give myself grace because I
yeah.
used to be very mean to myself. Like that was
Mhm.
stupid and, just dogging myself out. And how can you truly heal when you're still kind of harming yourself at the same time, right?
Yeah,
And it's like like you said earlier, like since you know better, you do better. And I felt like a lot of times I did know better, but I still didn't do better.
yeah,
For whatever reason, for whatever
yeah,
reason. I mean, I'm sure we can come up with a thousand of them. You know what I'm saying? But doesn't
yeah,
negate the facts.
but growth is a journey. And
Exactly.
so you
Yes.
might take a couple steps forward, and then you end up taking a step or 2 back, and then you
Yep.
you you just kinda keep going back and forth until you get to your destination.
Yep.
Um, and that's okay. I mean, it goes that way for a reason. You gotta learn those lessons, and sometimes you haven't quite learned the lesson completely, so we gotta take a little step back and review
Yep.
that chapter for just a moment until we get it, and once we can get it, then we can go on and keep going.
Then we can
So
go on.
I was reading somewhere where it said that personal transformation requires grieving psychological attachments, such as your old hopes, your old beliefs, your old relationships. Like you have to grieve those things in order to truly heal and move forward. What do you think about that?
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that kinda like, you think at a certain age you're supposed to have this, be doing this, be in this type of relationship or what have you, and then when you reflect or you kinda take inventory of where you are now, you'll be like, "Dang, that didn't happen for me," or whatever, whatever, and it's
Hmm.
like, I came to the conclusion that it wasn't supposed to, right?
Yeah.
One, and kinda like how we said on another episode also, it's never too late. So if things are supposed to go on, it's not like you're too old or you're too this or too that. If it's truly a dream or an ambition of yours or a desire of yours, it doesn't mean that you can't get it because you haven't thus far. See, that's the
Right.
thing that we do as humans. We want to put a time frame on everything. And like we like, oh, life is too short. Life is too short. It's really not too short. We just take too long to start living it.
Ooh. Okay, that's tea. Yes. Yes. Yes.
We
Um,
just like we get like you said, we get stuck. Oh my gosh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But it's like, okay, but you still living right now. So
yeah.
let's still live so you can begin to do those things because if you look back at some of those goals, ambitions, dreams, you be like, I really don't want that now anyway. I know
Right.
me personally, some of that stuff I thought I was gonna have or I said I wanted right now, it's probably good that it didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point. I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. So while we're sitting here saying like I miss the old me, and I'm meaning like just certain pieces, right? Where you're just like used to be more carefree, used to be more just kind of maybe spontaneous. And not because you're that way like innately, but you were just maybe more naive
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
uh for whatever reason, like you were
Mhm.
younger, right? But there's this thing called a fantasy bond. And the fantasy bond is where the sense of identity is formed. And I don't know about you, but I think that you are given some of your identity as a child.
Yes, you
And
are.
yeah, and people tell you who you are.
Yes.
And it's really hard to kind of shake some of that off to really discover who you truly are within yourself. And think that because of that, when you think about the old you and when you're trying to kind of shake that and you're trying to kind of figure that out and you're trying to, like, there's just a process there that I don't know. I don't know if I'm trying to say this right. I'm trying to not say it crazy, but there's just pieces of that that you miss.
Correct.
And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, because it was like I don't know if it was something I read before or I don't know, but it was talking about how when you're a child, you don't have any fear, right? You believe
yeah,
that you can literally fly. You'll jump off of this, the chair, the bed, the table,
yes, you
whatever.
do.
And
Yes.
then what is your mother or your caretaker say? Stop jumping. You're gonna break your neck. You're gonna hurt yourself. We gotta go to the hospital and we ain't going to the emergency room and this, and this. So
Mhm.
slowly you begin not to feel confident about yourself
Mhm.
inadvertently. That's not their
Mhm.
intention, right? Your intention as a parent is to keep, or your purpose, honestly, is to keep the child safe. So they're doing
Right.
their job, right? But it's still at the same time, you begin to think like, dang, just less and less. I really can't do this, or I shouldn't. Sometimes it could be a little bit more extreme with some individuals caretakers or some people caretake, right? It could be like
Mhm.
you ain't gonna be able to go to school or you ain't gonna be able to do this or you're not gonna be able to do that for whatever reason they're saying it. Maybe they don't think that the child is as smart. Maybe that they couldn't do it. Maybe they're just scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, the effect is still the same. You begin to feel like or think that you're not you can't do it. I'm scared.
Right. Right.
What if I hurt myself? What if I do this? So you kind of lose all of that, like you said, that drive or that ambition that, okay, I can fly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then you really
Yeah.
like, you know what? Actually, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Let alone fly. I can't do
Yeah.
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of it comes from, like you said, we do get our identity because as you grow up, you're taught how to behave, what to wear, who to socialize with. You know what I'm saying? What to do, how to eat, what to eat for that matter.
Mhm.
So then when you
Mhm.
do start to be able to get a little bit more freedom, you do kind of take advantage of it. Not
Yeah.
thinking that any harm is going to come to you from it, or not that you at the time we was making all them crazy, bad, toxic, wild decisions, they were the best ones we thought we were making at the time, right? Because
Yeah.
also you don't think that the people telling you not to do it know what the hell they talking about.
That's
Why?
true.
I don't know. But they don't know what they're talking about. That's not gonna
Yeah.
happen to me. That was
Yeah.
your experience, not mine, right?
Right.
So, and then we continue to do it. So again, it just depends on, I mean, it's a lot of factors that take place in it, but it's also different stages of development that we go through in life.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Um, what about this? The idea of identity paralysis. So feeling stuck when their sense of self can't keep up with their new situation.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of individuals that might be in recovery. And
Mhm.
you know how it's like, you gotta change your playground, your people and all that kind of stuff. And it's almost like sometimes too people get like survivor's guilt, right? Like,
Ooh.
what if you grew up in, an environment where a lot of people didn't make it out and then you did? You still feel obligated to do certain things or, still behave a certain way because again, you survived and you're like, oh man, look at some of the famous people, whether it's an athlete or a rapper or whatever, they gotta go back. They gotta give back. They gotta do this. They gotta do that. And it's like, I get it to an extent, but that's where that struggle comes from because you've elevated or you've moved on. It's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with any of those individuals that you had to leave behind or the places or the things, right?
Yeah.
That's just not where the trajectory of your life took you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets
Um,
difficult.
this just made me think about how when you truly are healed and you are on the other side of that journey, a lot of times your entire environment looks so different. Um,
Completely.
I don't live in the same neighborhood. I don't interact with the same group of friends really. I don't have like that nostalgia that was from back then. You miss that.
Yes.
Not necessarily it might not even be necessarily that you miss the old you just miss the feeling that you had when you were there, but because that environment is so different now that you've healed and you've removed yourself from that toxic, dysfunctional environment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I hear
So
people say a lot of the time, like, "Oh, I would go back to I wanna be 21 again," or "What I wouldn't give to be a teenager again," and all that. I don't want to be.
no.
I do not
Unless
wanna
I have
be.
this knowledge, then
This
I
is
can't do it.
priceless. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Well, of
Yes.
course, I'm gonna bring in a little bit of facts, right? And so basically, the brain, the brain releases chemicals and all kinds of neurotoxins, not neurotoxin, neurotransmitters is what I'm trying to
Mhm.
say.
Mhm.
Neurotoxins are bad. Sorry. Neurotransmitters. And so there's this thing called oxytocin, which is called the bonding hormone. When you're pregnant and when you're nursing, you release that hormone and it helps you bond with your baby. Well, even during like toxic intimacy, you are releasing that hormone. And so you're very bonded to that person. And so sometimes that's why you really feel um, kind of feelings of withdrawal when you leave that toxic environment, even though you know that it's unhealthy for you, your body is releasing those hormones, and so you feel like you're kind of in withdrawal. And I thought that was very interesting.
Very.
So I don't know about you, but I've had those moments like, "Oh, but I love
Yeah. And I've
him."
also and I've also had those relationships where there's nothing purely but this is a trauma bond. That's all this is.
Yes.
We have
Yes.
had the same toxicity and trauma in our lives, and now we're just, we
Yes.
think it's love and all of that
Yes.
kind of stuff, and really we're not really good for each other. You know
No.
what I'm
It's
saying?
just the
Yes.
overload of oxytocin in your
Yep.
brain is what it is.
Absolutely. You better go get a
Um,
hug from somebody or something. Shoot.
yet Oh, yeah.
I'm saying
Um,
instead of that, you know what I'm saying? Because you know that's not the same hormone.
yes,
Instead of being in this
yes,
relationship, just go get a hug. Like,
yes, yes. Um, and then, I also saw a quote that said, um, "It's like a long, hopeless homesickness, my missing those young days. To me, they're like my own place that I have gone away from forever." Someone wrote that, and I thought that was very cute. Because it is a homesickness. If you think about it, when you think about how so for me, for example, when I think about being younger, I remember my grandma and going over for Thanksgiving. I remember going to two different Thanksgivings when I was a kid 'cause I had to go to grandma and then the other grandma. And I do miss that. But at the same time, there was a lot of dysfunction and craziness going on in some of the family dynamics. And it's like, do I really miss that or do I miss that? So there's like a homesickness kind of feeling to that. But at the same time, I know that I've removed myself from certain environments for a reason?
yes,
So,
yes, yes.
yeah.
It reminds me, I don't know what made this thought come to mind, but it reminds me, and this is no shade to anybody, so I hope I'm not offending anybody from what I'm about to say. But sometimes I see old YNs.
Okay.
Like, so
No, I know what you're
you
saying.
know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what it reminds me of. It's like you're grown, up in age, whatever, whatever, but you're still holding on to,
Mhm.
I don't know how to like the youthful. I don't know what it is. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? That's the thought that came in my mind when you were
Yeah.
describing it.
It's
Yeah.
like the older man who's still sagging their pants and wearing oversized shirts and their cap to the side and like, yo, baby, like, bro,
And you
we're
like 50, 60.
right. Like, what is that? Why are you doing that? Um but there's some nostalgia, girl. I like to wear bell bottom pants, and I like wearing some boot cut jeans. And one time I had on some boot cut jeans. It was Friday. We could wear jeans to the work, and so I wore some boot cut jeans. I had like a sweater on and some kind of like Converse shoes. And somebody said, "Girl, you look like you're in college," and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Okay. That and to me that's still a little bit different because if you think about someone maybe like a half top with the bell bottoms and
I
or you
would
know what
wear
I'm
it.
trying to
If I
say?
could pull it off, I would do it."
You would not do it to work though. You know what I mean? Like that's like it's a I feel like sometimes see this girl that's a
Would I? No, I'm sweating.
So, and I say that, and there's nothing wrong with someone who still wants to do that. Again, I'm not trying to say that once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to dress a certain way or anything like that.
Yeah,
However, what I've noticed is in certain circumstances, people try to still be that all the time.
yeah,
You can't. You just can't. Now, if you're on the weekend and you're going out or something, you know what I'm saying, cool. But when you're
mhm.
in certain environments, you need to carry yourself like a mature individual. Period.
But I
We just
miss
don't have
my
a choice. We
okay,
just don't.
fine, but I do miss my crinkle little hairdo that I used to wear all the time. What is that? The crimps?
Yep, cramps.
Girl, I loved my little crimps, and,
But why can't you crimp your hair now? You think it'll
I
be
don't
too
know.
juvenile?
It looks very childish.
Okay. Okay.
At least on me it does. I can't do it right. I don't know. I need to go back to, Frances and get my hair
Okay. Shout
okay,
out to Francis because she
hello.
did hook us up, didn't she?
Okay, she got my crimps right every time.
Every single
I
time.
went to her every time and got the exact same hairstyle.
But it was good. It looked nice. Like she
Yeah.
killed it. And she
Yes,
ate,
yes.
as they say
But she
now.
lets
You
my
know?
hair didn't move. Like, I don't want my
No.
hair to move a inch, okay? No, I miss all of that, girl. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, the old you did give you something before, because we're saying like, okay, like we had to grow up, we had to evolve, we had to learn the lessons. We did. Our old us was like carefree and probably made bad decisions, but sometimes bad decisions are fun. Let's just be honest. Sometimes bad decisions are fun.
The
And
bomb.
they have consequences,
They do.
but, I had a little bit of fun. But, what the old you did give you is it taught you what you don't want. I learned a lot about what I don't want because of those decisions I was making in the
Yep.
past. showed me that I could survive being broken.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Now that's tea too. That's
Yeah.
literally that's for real. Yes.
Yes.
And so that's what I read the other day that peace means.
Hmm.
Um, please excuse all um something experiences. Like so
Mhm.
basically all that mess that like we gonna excuse that because now we're into this
Yeah.
half of the journey, right? Like
Yeah.
it we
Yeah.
didn't, it happens. It was some of it was fun, maybe
Yeah.
not wise, but definitely fun,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
now it's like, all right, we're excusing all of that. We're letting some of that go. Now we are on this side of it because I
Yes.
absolutely agree. I am glad that certain things did happen. Even at the time I felt like it was the end of the world. I
Mhm.
appreciate them now because they would not have built the character, the resilience, or just the person that I am right now today.
For sure. Um, what else did the old us give us? The old us showed us that we are capable of deep, consuming love, even though we might have given it to the wrong person.
But
Mm.
that's it's so oh my gosh. It makes it scary now. It makes it a little bit harder now. It
Yeah.
makes it um it's almost like you kind of put yourself like behind a glass because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to don't touch me, don't break me,
I mean,
don't
we're more careful. We're just more
yes,
careful and we're
yes,
not
yes,
giving it
yes.
away
Yes.
so easily.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it was times that I don't even think of excuse me. There were times that I don't think the individual worked. I think that I was just like, "Okay, I'm here. Here you go." Like, there was
Yeah.
no real effort or anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so as and I we kinda had this conversation a little bit before, right? It's like
Mhm.
as you start to experience things, you think it's like, "Oh my gosh," but really that's just the bare minimum. You just ain't never had
Yes.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's kinda
Yes.
like I used to be like, "They ain't never had nothing in life. Look how they act when they get something. They wanna do this and this." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. For
yep,
sure. Um, ooh, the old you, what did she give you? Well, she proved that you have fire in you. That um, let me see, the energy didn't die, it just learned discipline. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Oh, this one's good, Letitia. Okay, you're gonna like this one. The old you, what did she give you? She created the contrast you needed to appreciate where you are now.
absolutely.
That now that's key.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, because I it's kinda like, if we never had any type of darkness, right, we wouldn't appreciate the light.
Yeah.
If everything was always easy, if we never had anything hard, we wouldn't appreciate the times where things are going smoothly, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
again, it still even though at the time you like, "Okay, this is the end of the world, I don't know, I don't even see myself coming out of this." You know what I mean? When you
Mhm.
do, it's like, "Okay, alright."
Yes.
Here we are, still
Yes.
alive, you know?
Yes. All my pieces. I'm still
Yeah.
together. Yes. But I love the fact that when that happens, you know that you can survive those things.
Yes.
And so now I'm wiser, I'm tougher, I'm more confident. Um,
And with the wisdom and the confidence, I choose better.
I
Because
choose
just because
better.
I can survive these things, you said apparently, is that
I
what
said, no, I said I choose better.
you
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
We
God.
choose we choose better, right? So
Yeah.
even though I know that this particular situation, circumstance, whatever, I can survive it, but I'm choosing to thrive. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to subject myself through any of this turmoil just to say that I survived it. Because now, like you said, we are in a totally different aspect of life. Now it's time to thrive in life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're burning our fires consciously. So
Yes.
that we can thrive now, right? Like
Yes.
we're not
Agreed.
just letting them go out. We not just burning bridges unnecessarily.
Yeah.
That's personal,
So
by the way, y'all. Just saying.
it felt personal. I was there with you with that. Yes. And so I feel like we have to, even though like we look back and we're like, you know, She was a mess, and but I do appreciate the things that she went through. We have to honor that part of us because without it, we wouldn't be who we are. And so we have to honor our person. I I don't know, but if you were to write a letter to yourself, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Don't start crying and shit.
I know, shit.
Um,
Dang, I was already like, "Oh my gosh, a letter to myself." I'm not good with these exercises. No, I'm just like, "Go ahead, go ahead. I'm with you. I'm ready."
um, if you were to write a letter to yourself, I'm gonna give you a prompt, and I just want you to finish it.
Okay.
I miss your.
I miss your I don't know what the word is, like, wanting to do like, how can I say this? It's kinda I wanna say, like, your, willingness to take risks, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, how
Yeah.
you was just ready to go. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't much you didn't I didn't she didn't need a lot of information before she's just ready to go. You know,
Yeah.
I do miss that.
Yeah.
Just a little. Just a
Yeah.
little. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do.
Thank you for.
Going through all of that. See, that's what don't do that. Don't do that. Damn. And thank you for surviving it. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sheesh. Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
I feel that. I feel that.
Woo.
Um, okay. I would say I miss your audacity. I miss your audacity because I had a lot of it
Yep.
censored and a little more, you know, I'm thinking it through before
Yes.
I respond. But I had a lot of audacity. I don't know who I thought I was when I was 20. I don't know who she thought she was. She was something. I'm telling you. Uh,
I'm telling you, for real.
okay, let's do a quick little fun thing. It's
Okay.
called then versus now. So real fast, I'm gonna throw something out, and I want to know: is it the old you or the new you? So who? Ooh, you know I'll be having some funny ones. Okay.
You know,
Um, who would cuss someone out in public? The old you or the new you?
I'm gonna be completely honest. The old me, I don't in certain circumstances, she might go on and pop off right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. It has to be something kind of big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I try to, again, that's also why I try to put myself in certain situations and not put
Mm,
myself in certain situations
mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah.
know, the right the right recipe, the right circumstance, the right things been going on.
Yeah.
I can't for sure say that it won't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, I'm like you. I do think more. I make sure myself I'm centered. I try to make sure that I'm checking myself first. Like, okay, am I tripping or do they need to get their ass cussed out?
Wow. Yes. 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 I will say that the old me is gonna cuss you out. The new me can say it in a way that's not really cussing you out, but I'm still getting my point across. And so it's more of an eloquent, eloquent way of putting you in your place.
Yes. I like that.
Right?
Yes.
Um,
I like that.
professionally speaking.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about this? The old you or the new you? Who would text him back at 2 a.m.?
The old me. Because the new me is probably somewhere knocked out. Okay. Sleep
Yeah.
in the third or fourth realm of it and all that at 2 a.m. Again, now there are certain circumstances where I might happen to be up and I might happen to be, coming back from somewhere or,
Yeah.
kicking it or something, maybe then. But
Yeah.
regularly, normally, nah, baby, you gonna get it if maybe 5 or 6.
Uh,
You don't even sleep though. So you
I
can't
know.
really,
So I'm probably up
you
anyway.
probably up.
So
Yes.
um,
Yes.
it depends on who it is. So
Say it again.
depends on who it is. Like, are we arguing about something? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Or you trying to tell me something else. No, I'm just playing.
Ooh, how about this one?
Girl.
Who would fight for a man?
The
Old
old
you or
me,
new you?
the old me, the new me is definitely Londa. Girl, no ma'am. Right now, today, no, ma'am. This, no, no,
No,
ma'am.
no, no.
Absolutely not. I'm not
Right.
messing up my paint, my energy. No,
Yeah.
none of that.
No. Agreed. I'm not fighting for no man either.
Mm-mm.
Um, who had better boundaries? Old you or new you?
No,
Of course.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know that
Um,
she had boundaries.
what are boundaries?
I was supposed to have those?
How do you get that?
Dang.
Where do you find those?
Do I order? Do I talk to somebody about it? Or what? Like, yeah,
Who would spend their rent money on shoes? Old you or new you?
neither. I didn't do
Okay.
that.
You know what? Me neither, girl.
I didn't do that.
No.
Now, what I would do was I would pay all my bills, right?
Yeah.
And then everything else is gone.
Yeah.
Zero, nothing left, maybe some gas money because I got to get back and forth to work
Okay.
in order
Yeah.
to get the next check to be able to do it all
Yeah.
over again. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yes.
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 No, I've never been the one to spend my rent money on those shoes. I'm the saver. So, I gotta have a stash
Yep.
somewhere.
Ladies
And
and gentlemen, that is our trauma responses for the ain't nobody say I can't you ain't taking my I don't care what
you
happens.
don't
We
need
gonna
my
be sitting
stash.
there we can sit in there
No.
with nothing before I don't have a place to live. Like I
Listen.
can't do it.
Yes.
Can't do
Yes.
it.
So
That
I
is
be
too
trauma
much.
responding all over the place
You
because
hear me?
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay, last one. Who do you like more? Old you or new you?
Do I have to choose?
Yep.
I like me now.
Mm.
I mean I do again I do miss things about her, but I like me now. I am loving her now. Like she is like, yes,
LaTeisha.
like, yeah. What about you? Who you like?
Me now. I would not go back and trade me for the old me.
No.
Um, she had a lot of learning to do. She was a mess and she needed to go through the things she went through. And so I appreciate and I honor her, but um without those experiences I wouldn't be who I am today, but I
No.
wouldn't I don't want to go back. No.
No.
I know more. I respect myself more. I have self-worth. I have boundaries. I love myself more. I can hang out with myself. Um
Her now, me now, her now, right, is allowing the past her to be safe.
oh, Latifa. Oh.
Don't you start me. Don't Barbara now. Not
I don't like when people
no.
cry, but I'm a crier. Mm.
Exactly. I definitely am. So you see my eyes, I'm trying not to look, I'm trying to fan myself. But
Ah.
literally, like she feels safe now. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? She feels grounded and more comfortable now.
so much. It's
Yeah.
like I wish that I could have kept her safer
Yep.
in the past,
Yep.
but she's
Yep.
safe now.
She's safe now. We did it. We did it. Look, we did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, girl.
Sheesh,
So
girl. Dang.
you did cry. Oh,
Mm, I
no, no,
didn't.
let
I
me do it
didn't.
for real.
I didn't. I just, it
Okay,
was
just
getting
do it.
a little
If you do it,
watery a
I'm
little
gonna do it.
bit.
If you do it, I'm gonna do it.
No,
Don't
I'm
do
not.
it.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Stop
Not
right there.
today. Not today.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
next. No, I'm
okay.
saying the next one. I'm ready for the next one.
Okay. No, that was the last one. Who do you like
Oh,
more?
oh, it would be the
Okay.
last one. It was a
Yeah.
stinger too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I left it for the end.
Yeesh.
So yeah, y'all. The point of the episode today was to really talk about, what nobody talks about, which is, do you really miss your old self? And I think, yeah, we do miss her. But I love that we love her so much and that we are now keeping her safe and we've had the lessons along the way. And those lessons have created who we are now. And without her, we wouldn't be who we are. And so we honor that person. We honor her wholeheartedly, and I think maybe that's why we miss her so much.
That is. It is.
So, with that note, you always have something else to say before I try to close it. So, what do you want to say?
I think I'm just trying to keep my composure right now, so I think that was plenty. Trying to keep the waterworks at
Okay.
bay. That was a very I really enjoyed this particular, episode. It was great.
Yes.
I
Okay.
it definitely brought back some things, you know what I mean? And it actually helps me, and I'm sure others, you and everybody else too, like to just reflect on where we have come from and what we have gone through. Like you
Yeah.
said, we do miss it, but at the same time, it's like not all of her.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Girlfriend has some stuff to work on.
She did. She
Ugh.
did.
Look,
She did.
girl,
Man,
what were you thinking? Ugh.
how did we get here?
Right.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Why were you there? Oh, oh, that thought in my brain just was a lot.
Yeah.
Um, just the idea of like some of the men that we've entertained. It's like, why? What were you
Womp, womp, womp.
thinking? Like, how did you even talk to okay.
We'll save that for another episode. We'll
How
save
did you even
that.
talk to me, sir?
We'll save
Mm,
that for another episode
mm.
because again, what I realized is that particular person was attracting those things. So
Yeah.
even as I started to get out of those relationships and get on the other side of healing, I noticed what I kept attracting. So it's like, okay, have you really healed those aspects of you? Because you're still kind of going back over there or doing this or even double backing. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm,
like, hey,
mhm.
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What's
No,
going on?
seriously, sometimes I look back and I'm like,
Which is why on the last couple of episodes, I said that I don't owe anyone anything. They owe me.
"Okay, girl, let's close this out."
Okay,
Tell the
go
people
ahead.
to how to subscribe and all that stuff.
You can subscribe to the podcast on any platform that you listen to your podcast on. Please like, share, and make sure you leave a comment. You can catch us on YouTube also. That way you
Mhm.
can see our pretty faces as we talk and actually record the podcast. And then we just really enjoy or we're thankful that you guys have tuned in like you do. We are appreciative of all the feedback and all the comments. So please keep them coming. And
Until next time, we hope that you catch this fire
and
and
thrive.
yay!
Okay, see you guys next time.